Good morning. This is Robert Goodman here on Positive Strokes, Staying Clean on YouTube. I'm so blessed that you're a part of my recovery. And today we're going to talk about recovery in your 60s, in your old age, you know. And as I look back on my past, I've created so much chaos in my active addiction when I was young and the things that I did. And now that I'm in recovery and I will be 67 next month. And it's funny, sometimes I wish that I could go back and change my behavior of the past, but there's nothing that I could do. The past is written, it is history. There is nothing that I can do to change the past, but I can change my present and have something for the future. When you get in your 60s, your body deteriorates. It's not like you when you was in your 40s or when you was in your 30s. I can't goddamn play that full court basketball game. But I've learned that as you get older, you have to learn to adapt to life and your situation. But I also noticed that as you get older, you're like a picture that sits on the wall. Everybody passes past the picture, but nobody really recognizes that. And really, that's the truth. They really don't. They don't really recognize. People say, well, you're too old. You don't know what's going on. You don't have a good idea. I'm grown. I know what I'm talking about. Your opinion doesn't really matter with a lot of people because of your life skills that you live and the things that you've experienced in your life. And you must learn how to enjoy life on life's terms in your recovery. It's like when you turn 21, you learn how to adventure and try new things and spread your wings on being grown. The legal age is 21. And basically, it's the same thing when you get older, that now you have the opportunity to express yourself and to find new ways to enjoy your life and live life on life's terms. Because now you have free time. Because you are old now, and a lot of your family members and they're creating their own lives, their own paths, and they have time to do their own thing. That now you have the opportunity to spread your wings and to try new things and a new direction in your life. But the most important thing is that you must stay clean and sober. Sometimes I feel like, well, why don't I just go out with a bang, And that's just a quick thought in my brain that happens sometimes, but I don't dwell on that situation because I know what addiction did to my life. I know how much pain and agony that's caused me. And I also learned that the pain of the past doesn't disappear. The the choices that I made in my active addiction, I may accept them. I may accept the situation, but the pain doesn't go away. The pain that I created for myself in my active addiction, you just learn how to accept and live with the pain. It doesn't go totally away. But when I say I must live life on life's terms and do the next right thing, then I'm able to move forward from those feelings of the past. Because when you get older, you look back at yourself and the choices that you've made, and if you look at yourself honestly and openly, you see the mistakes that you have made. But if you want to keep on moving forward, fear of being known that you made mistakes, that you feel bad that you making mistakes, then you can't grow, because what you're doing is you're hiding from the mistakes that you've made. You're hiding from doing the next right thing because you want to be known as being right. You want to be known as knowing what you need to know. You want to know this information. You want to express yourself in this manner. And you want this, you want to shine. But I learned in recovery that in order for Robert to shine, I have to do the next right thing. And by me doing the next right thing, I am shining. I am protecting myself. I am living my best life because I'm not allowing my mistakes to make me want to hide them from the bad choices that I make. But I learn from my mistakes and I change my behavior. But the sad thing is that I've learned that in living is that when I was in my active addiction, I kept doing the same thing, trying different methods to do what I wanted to do, but the results kept coming out bad for me because I didn't want to change my behavior. I didn't want to own up to the mistakes that I made. I didn't want to change the person that I was. I was trying to make that person work. I wanted that person to work. I wanted to project myself to be that person. And when I kept hitting roadblocks, when I kept making mistakes, when I kept having problems, I kept having issues, I kept conning myself and manipulating myself to do the same thing over and over again until it lasted for 40 years. And as I paid close attention to my surroundings and things around me, I see that that's something that a lot of people make mistakes on. But the gift of being 60 plus means that I accept that I'm an imperfect person. I accept that I have to change my behavior. I accept that I need to find new ways to live my best life. That some of the choices that I made, I know they were wrong. And if I own up to the mistakes that I've made, that makes me a better person. And then I don't carry the shame around. I don't feel guilty. I don't feel remorse. I don't want nobody to know that I made these stupid mistakes. I want to make it on somebody else. Well, this person caused it by doing this. This is why I had to do this. And I'm not looking at my own actions of the things that I do. But I'm always covering my ass. So if I'm always covering my ass, I'm not making my situation better. So as I'm 60 plus, or I'll be 67 next, I learned to accept life on life's terms. I learned to be good with Robert. I learned to enjoy Robert because when it comes down to it, when you get old, you know, your activity and the things that you do, your health limits you from a lot of activity and the things you would like to do. Plus also being retired, you have a limited amount of money to work with. And you must accept the limited amount of money you work with and make good on what you can do with the money that you have. extending yourself to make you look bigger than what you are or to be that person that you used to be, it doesn't work because you put more undue pain on yourself. I've been that now, excuse me. I've been down that road before and I've hurt myself. I caused myself undue pain. But when I live life on life's terms and do the next right thing, my life got better. I had less issues, less problems. And that's the beautiful thing that recovery has given me. Living life on life's terms, doing the next right thing, one day at a time. Keep it simple, stupid, and you will be blessed. Another thing is I learned that Robert doesn't know everything. I do not know everything. I only know a little about recovery. I only know a little about living life on life's terms. I only know a little, but that little has saved me from destroying myself. Because I learned in recovery that I am my worst enemy by the actions and deeds that I do. And when I own up to my own mistakes and my own course of action, then I can change. But if I always constantly do things and make mistakes and act like it's someone else's fault, or I created the issue or the problem, but I'm not working on a solution, then that problem just blows up into a big, big problem. I learned that living life on life's terms, one day at a time, keeps it simple, stupid. And I need to keep it simple, stupid. I don't want to make it complex for myself. I don't want to make it hard on myself. I want to just do the next right thing. And things get better. In time. I must learn to have patience. And I notice as I get older, my patience, I had a lot of patience when I was young, but as I get older, that's something that I lose, which causes me to work on that I have to learn how to close my mouth, bite my tongue, and be able to move forward. Allow myself to move forward, not to create the chaos that I did in my past. And how I not create the chaos that I did in my past is doing the next right thing, cleaning the wreckage of my past. If I don't clean the wreckage of my past, then all I have is just a whole lot of, it's like a junkyard. I have a whole bunch of junkyard cars that can't do nothing for me. They can't make me no money or nothing. All I have is just a big old lot full of junk. But if I clean the wreckage of my past, then I don't have a big yard full of junk because I've been working on myself to make myself better, to understand myself and the choices that I make. So the point for today is, just because you're 60, just because your patience you've lost, just because your medical situation that you have issues with your body now, you must be versatile in changing your behavior and your actions to deal with your medical situation, your physical situation, and also not allowing things to get to you. Because you're of age now. You've experienced a lot of things. You've seen a lot of things. And you have a lot of information about life, living life on life's terms, and the good things that you've done and the bad things that you've done, the things that you learned that you've done and you learned about and you overcame, and you have the wisdom and understanding of years. So since I'm 67, minus 21, that's how much time that I have of being a grown-up that have experienced life on life's terms. So that means I have a lot of information that I can help others to avoid the mistakes that I made in my life. But the funny thing is that nobody wants to focus on changing their behavior or owning up to the mistakes they made because of it feels shameful, makes you feel less than. And that's what keeps us in our active addiction. That's what kept me in my active addiction. The shame of making mistakes, the shame of making bad choices, the shame of trying to cover it up. And it kept me in active addiction for 40 years. But since I'm in recovery now and I'm 67 years old, I don't be ashamed of the mistakes I made because I'm an imperfect person. I'm an imperfect person. Everybody's an imperfect person. And some people think they know more than others because of the knowledge they have, because of their education that they have. They have education, they have knowledge. Yes, they know more, but there's life skills that people know more about life skills than people know about book skills. But the interesting thing is we can learn from each other if we allow ourselves to. But if we're ashamed of making mistakes, if we're ashamed of telling the truth about what we're truly doing, if we're not letting it out and expressing honestly what we're doing, then we can't get well. We can't make a sound decision in that issue. We can't, because we choose to do the same thing expecting different results. And I've done it so much in my life, doing the same thing expecting different results. And my life got worse. So, being 60 plus, I know it gets difficult at times with your health and enjoying your life. But here's the thing that I do. I'm happy when I have less pain because I have chronic arthritis in my back. I had my prostate removed because I had cancer. So my body's going through a whole lot of changes. It's not acting like it used to act. I mean, literally, my body is totally different from a year ago, a little over a year ago. It really is. And it scares me because this is a new road. But also, I accept my situation and I learn to try to take good care of myself the best way I can. So, remember this. You have the grace and the gift of a power greater than you that restored you to sanity because you went into recovery. You chose recovery. And you're allowed to live in your senior years in recovery. So, as you're in your senior years enjoying recovery, take this to heart. When you're doing good, enjoy the blessings of life. Enjoy the walks. Enjoy the things that man has made and created. Enjoy socializing with people. Enjoy your life. Have a good time. Appreciate the blessings that you're still alive, that you're still able to enjoy life on life's terms. Be happy that you're not in active addiction anymore, but you're in your senior years where you can embark on the adventures of enjoying life and experiencing new things and new ways to enjoy your life, clean and sober. Because when you get 60 something, you're just like a picture on the wall. You're a fixture. So nobody really pays attention to you. So you can truly go out and enjoy your life. You can truly have a good time. Because the people that we care about has built the life for themselves and they're busy doing their own life. So they don't have a lot of time to spend with you or to enjoy your company. But this is your opportunity to meet people and enjoy life with people of your own age and enjoy life with them, where you can share your strength and hopes, your experiences of life with them around your age, where you can enjoy life. And you get to see the blessings of your loved ones as they grow in their adulthood and how they achieve their life and in living their best life for them and their family. You get to see the blessings and watch them unfold to build a sound foundation with their family. And those that you see that are struggling and everything, all you can do is give it to a power greater than you and hope they get restored to sanity, because people are going to do what they want to do, when they want to do, and how they want to do, until they get tired of doing the wrong thing and they'll change their behavior. This is Robert Goodman for Positive Strokes. Remember, after 60 is a blessing. You get to explore a new world, a new way of living with people our own age or even older, where we can get their wisdom and understanding about life. You have a great and wonderful day.